Alrighty then. Alrighty then.
Alrighty then.
Let the cat out. And, yeah, so let's get the music going. And first thing I wanted to ask was, exactly how much downtime did you guys want to take? Because we had not yet come to a consensus.
I'm good with however long however long it takes for like to do their thing, or however long it takes for everybody else to do their things, whichever comes last. I honestly don't care about the length of time.
I voted for 6 months, I think, last time.
I mean, that's fine, I guess.
I say, the only thing I could think of for Grenache is to follow up on the point of his mother, figure out where she might be.
Oh, look who's stealing my idea. Although yours might actually... No, yours might actually live still, I think. I don't know.
She was confirmed dead by your father, who saw her die in front of him. So that doesn't have quite the same amount of mystery as
At the lakes.
Lake's mother.
Yeah, my mom just went out for smokes and never came back, or something. Yeah, 6 months sounds good as long as it's long enough to do my thing, which I would hope it does.
Yeah. Alright. And since we've got no other definitive number, let's just roll with it. So, after a year and a half of traveling through the Outer Plains and another 6 months decompressing, well, actually not after that point, because we're doing stuff in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of which, I have something lined up for each of you, so who would want to go first?
Since nobody else is immediately volunteering, I will go first.
Alright. Lake has determined to finally uncover the specific truth of what happened to their mother all those years ago. Now, at least in terms of physical evidence, you're talking about an extremely cold case.
Yeah.
Seeing as it's been roughly 20 years since she disappeared?
Probably closer to 25 or 30, considering it was probably 20 when the game first started, and it has been quite a considerable amount of time in-game since then.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I said
it's been like 5 years, I think.
I think she... yeah, it's probably been closer to like 24, 25 years, because I have Lake's age as 29 currently, which is probably not up to date, and I said that she disappeared when they were 6.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been tracking Aurelia's age pretty well, I think, and so I believe about 5 years have passed since the beginning of the game.
I'm just going to up Lake's age to 30, just to be on the safe.
All right.
I mean, Bobbin would be the final authority there, obviously,
Yeah.
but...
Sadly, I have not been keeping a calendar this whole time.
God, what kind of DM are you? Fuck it. I quit this home entire campaign.
What season is it right now?
Well, it's half a year since the last season.
Damn it. Okay.
So, as I was saying, extremely cold case.
Mm-hmm.
However, you do have a couple of can try. namely the ability to turn into a tree and ask a goddess and request divine intervention
Yeah, I'm gonna.
once per day.
Yep, I'm gonna try and. First of all, I want to try the divine intervention thing because I hardly ever roll for that. So it is my character level in percentile dice, and if I get like my level or lower, then I get the intervention. Correct?
Yeah, at this point you have a 17% chance of succeeding, and let's count that out. 30 times 6, 180 chances.
All right. Well,
You can roll it. You can roll if you want, but just keep on going until you succeed.
I'm looking
3,
for.
4, 5. There we go. It only took 5 days.
Oh wow, lucky.
In line with the odds.
Oh yeah, it was 17%. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
What is the divine intervention you request?
I mean, I guess I would like, if not the straight up answer of what happened to her, then at least a very good starting point on how to find out what happened to her. Hello?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just double checking
How'd you
if I
find-
wrote down the specific rules for who. Which one you're contacting with divine intervention.
I think it's Gaia, Mynth. I think that's who you said, because the visions were from the Mother Tree, but I think the divine intervention was from Mynth.
All right. Where are you?
I would say close to the town that Lake grew up in, which I always imagined was small enough, was big enough that, you know, an ASMR child was just, you know, not a thing that people really was like, hey, maybe we should go to the capital about that, but small enough that it was kind of weird to see one.
And also big enough to have, like, a large number of orphans growing up on the street.
Yeah.
Or specifically in a orphanage.
Yes.
But with that in mind, once you finally make contact with Mynth, after searching around for her presence for several days, your awareness of the world around you, of the tree that you are as you make this contact, vanishes. The town below your tree vanishes. And instead you're standing in a small chamber, one that both exists and doesn't exist. You can feel that you have once again taken your humanoid form, but that at the same time you are still the tree somewhere else. And standing across from you within this chamber, all made up of rock and soil, with a couple of root tips poking in through the sides and roof, you see a familiar-looking female form, bright red hair, green gown. regarding you with what looks to be a mixture of curiosity and compassion.
Ah, I see. Mynth was my mother all... No.
Adopted child of an adopted child. So you wish to know the truth of your biological mother?
Yeah, I figure it's been long enough that I should probably face the music. Also, I was wrong. I was looking at the wrong character sheet. Link is 32.
Lake's old.
Link is, I think, the oldest one in the party if you don't count DNPCs.
Well, I wouldn't.
Didn't Lake start off like 29 or something?
I think they started off at 28.
No,
Would be 27. Anyway. Unfortunately, I cannot take you to meet with her in person. She is one of the ones who believes in a life beyond life. And so she has gone off to meet it. Those who follow me believe in life that regrows into more life and stay with me. But what is it but I can tell you of her life when she was on my surface, when she was with me. What is it about her that you wish to know?
What happened to her after she left me for the final time?
She saw two young boys, adolescents at best. They wanted to fight each other. They had knives. She wanted them to stop. One of them attacked anyway, missed, and struck her. Scared of what they had done, they both ran. Your mother lived a life dedicated to helping others as much as possible. This is why she and your father were attracted to each other.
Makes sense. I mean, honestly, going after her who did it now would be pointless. It's been so long. They've hopefully become completely different people for the better. It's like...
They have not.
Oh.
They both died.
Oh.
Not long after.
Oh, well, there's also that. Yes. So either way, it would have been pointless. Even if they were still alive, they might not even remember, or they didn't change so much. It just wouldn't fit. But thank you. That was good to know that she went out trying to help people, and I'm glad that I'm kind of carrying on that tradition.
There is one other thing. I may not be able to reach her, but I know where she is now. She is aware of your quest, and she is waiting for you on the slopes of heaven.
At that point, Lake visibly starts tearing up and says, Looking forward to it. Thank you.
You are my grandchild, by a roundabout way. It is the least I can do for you.
And at that point, I'll give a respectful bow and then, I guess, end the divine intervention. At which point, I can't use it again for a week now.
Oh no. That's surely going to come up.
Oh no! Yes, this class.
1 week's activated and another week to wait. Oh dear.
This class feature that I constantly forget that I have. Not even a class feature. This feature from the magic item that I constantly forget that I have will surely have to come up again within a week in game.
All right. Any other business?
Nah, that's it.
All right, then who wants to go next?
I guess I'll take next then.
All right. Where do you spend your time on most days?
Typically I would either be in Vienna or Okar if I'm going to check on the remnants of where I was born and check in on what exists there for civilization, I suppose, in that area.
Well,
But otherwise,
I actually had something related to that, so let's just say it happens chronologically first.
okay.
Because at some point while you are on the streets of Okar, you hear a voice shouting, Hey, Gru!
Huh?
Gru, is that you?
Who's there?
You look over and you see a somewhat familiar face. I say somewhat because it's significantly older than the last time you saw it.
Okay, my first impressions is potentially Gormok.
No. This is a person you know as Vanesh Brownstone. Vanesh grew up in the house across from yours, back in your hometown.
Wow, okay. Vanesh is visibly surprised by this. He had no idea anyone else got out of that place. Aside from the few that managed to escape.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a few, so yeah, he's visibly surprised.
Yeah, and at the moment he appears to be doing well enough for himself. He's dressed in the outfit you associate with Okaran merchants. And when he sees you recognize him, he walks up, big smile on his face, claps you on the shoulders, and says, Emperors, damn, Gru. Oh, how long has it been? 5 years? More?
Oh, wait, it's been way more. Jeez. Oh, a lot has happened since you last met. What? You're looking well for yourself.
Well, life sort of changed for me after the raid, but let's not just talk about it here on the street. I recall there being some sort of a coffee shop around here somewhere. We can grab a seat.
Sure, of course.
All right, any place necessarily one that you've been to yourself, but one you're certainly familiar with, having lived in Viana for quite some time now. You order something fairly standard off the menu, and once you've placed your own order, he puts his hands together, shakes his head, and says, "Man, you was the last one, you know? Last one I couldn't find."
Yeah, it was a panic, and I wanted to do what I could, but even then, there was not much that I could do back then.
He was just a kid back then, same as me. I mean, I suppose you could hold a sword or a spear, but against orcs looking for blood, that don't seem too much. Speaking of which, are you still going by Grunash these days?
Indeed. That at least hasn't changed.
Well, I just can't figure why you would. Well, orcs burned down your home and killed your mother. I certainly wouldn't want an orcish name like that after something like that had happened.
Well, it was a name given by my mother, so... In that way, by wearing that name, I do honor by her. And even if the orcs are as they are, it is how they are. It is their nature.
You can say that again. But yeah, like I was saying, you're the last survivor I've found. Now, I know you got lost and you didn't end up with the bulk of the survivors. Most of them actually just went a few miles away, started building up a new town. A few of them scattered further into the empire, just didn't want to be out on the outskirts no more. And me, well, you can see what I've been doing.
Indeed, it looks like you've been doing well for yourself here.
I suppose. But I just, after I saw my house burned down and my parents slaughtered, well, no place just felt like home no more. So I just made a business out of moving from place to place. That's how I was able to track down all the different survivors over the years. But find out that one of you ended up halfway across the continent like this. No wonder you was hard to find. I had to find your pappy. He was the one who told me where you'd been.
That would explain much, at least.
I'll say.
And it was me that found him.
What have you been doing up this way, anyhow?
Oh. How long are you going to be here for?
Couple of days.
You're probably going to need them then.
Sounds like you've been having some sort of adventure.
You have no idea. And from that, he does actually start to recall from day one what happened. From getting to the boat, what happened on the boat, the encounter with the little archipelago.
Mm-hmm.
And then being captured on another boat. The fight with the Sahagin. All those details from the very first adventures of his, and he just keeps going until he's either has to stop or he has to drink.
All right. Vanish is quite entertained by your story. Although you get the impression that he doesn't necessarily believe all of it.
Yeah. Honestly, Grenache wouldn't either if he wasn't actually there.
But does Grenache have any questions for him?
Yeah, when Grenache wraps up a bit, he does go, you did mention at one point that some of the others had settled elsewhere. Do you happen to know where they went?
Oh, yeah. I make a point of stopping by whenever I'm in the area.
I presume I'd have a map of where we are. Somewhere to hand, Kazdak.
Yeah. And if not to hand, then at the very least you can understand his directions, which are basically like you start where the old village was, about 50 miles northwest of that is where the new village is.
Yeah, I'll certainly walk by there. I was actually planning to look back at the village at some point, but yeah, if some others are settled nearby, I'll take a look.
Alright. Well, if you get there before me, make sure you tell him that Vanish says hello.
I shall do. Goodness, I was not expecting this today.
Alright, so...
if there's nothing else, then, there's farewells and...
wraps up the main thrust of that conversation, so...
Yeah. Also, considering I just remembered that I have this riding horse still in Vienna. I'm assuming it's well taken care of, but...
Yeah, Prince's own stables.
Yeah.
Like, I assume at this point Bastion just lives in the woods.
Yeah, I also have these shoes of a Zephyr that I've been holding on to this entire time. Completely forgot about them as well. So, yeah, I figure, why not? Shoes of a Zephyr, jump on Buck, and that's when I set off.
Alright. Well, like Vanish said, it is halfway across the continent, so I'm just going to assume that you take a teleportation circle to get closer, at least.
I mean, I'm not sure you can do that on a horse, but...
Oh, yeah. A horse can fit in a teleportation circle easily.
Question if this game's frightened as hell by it.
No, I just gotta train it to be used to such things.
Listen. At least it's not looking at ants, okay?
Fair.
But yeah, so you can take a teleportation circle to one of the larger cities in that part of the Empire. And from there, it is still several days of travel, even with the horseshoes, to find the particular little speck of a town where you came from, or that replaced the one you came from.
Because of course it was replaced.
It's located fairly deep into the southern forests. A lot of pines and other softwood trees grow in the area, so logging and farming are basically the two main industries that towns in this area tend to grow up around. Fortunately, this also means there's always plenty of building materials at hand when you need a new town in a hurry. So
We have a topo.
We have a
Tyler?
torpo.
how have you been?
Tired.
Don't worry, you've only missed Kalon and the Tiamos' stuff, so really nothing important. We haven't gotten to the good part yet.
Yeah, we haven't got to your part yet.
Yeah, on the bright
Exactly.
side, I did completely update my sheet, so
Hooray!
Useful.
Awesome.
I set an alarm and everything. It was great.
But yes, so far Lake is aware that their mother is dead and waiting for them in heaven, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's
And-
real awkward when you're the living one, though.
It always is.
And Grunash just met an old friend from back in his hometown and has gone to see the village that the survivors have built ever since the raid that destroyed the first town. And one notable difference that you note from this town as compared to the one that you still vaguely remember is that this one has much higher walls with large pointed palisade.
Wonder why.
Yeah, makes sense.
Aesthetic shifts over the last few whiles got to stay in fashion, right?
Yeah.
Big
Couple
walls
of-
are really in these days.
Couple of guard towers keeping watch on either side of the village. And there's also the lumberyard staging area just outside of the walls. A few nice looking buildings inside. In a place like this, a lot of the essentials are provided by traveling merchants or by locals heading out in order to get them from the nearest town. And so there's basically 2 or 3 public shops in the whole town. Everything else is a residence.
Small place then.
Yeah, weird.
It feels even smaller these days.
Weird.
It feels even smaller to you at this point.
I thought someone actually said that. It's like turning around.
Oh no, that was not in character.
Okay. Yeah.
You get a few suspicious and dirty looks as you approach town, but eventually someone recognizes you and realizes that you used to be a local. And after that, you get a lot of attention as basically everyone who isn't out working shows up in the middle of town just to see you, to greet you, shake your hand, kiss your cheeks.
You know, I was going to say that this town's doing remarkably well considering there was an apocalypse a year and a half ago, but they're probably far enough out that it didn't really affect them.
Oh yeah. Apocalypse was centered around urban centers, and this is not one of those.
Yeah.
The luxury of living in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, geez, I actually forgot about that for a second.
But yeah, anything in particular you wanted to do in town aside from just general reconnecting with old friends and family?
Yeah, reconnecting, seeing how everyone has been, and generally just getting a gauge on how well the town is doing itself. And of course, I bring up that I was directed here.
Well, Vinesh did tell you to tell them hi for him.
Yeah, which he does.
All right, and yeah. Well, with that in mind, you are now basically placed on the list along with him of hometown kids who made it good in the big city.
That's a feel.
Yeah, they do mention that there have been further raids by the orcs into the area. None that targeted their town in particular, but they have had to fight off the occasional scouting group.
Hmm.
And it's nothing out of the ordinary, though. That's sort of the nature of this part of the world, is that either you have a solid supply line or you go find neighbors who have more stuff than you and go take it. That's just the way it works.
Hmm. Is there any assistance that I can give?
Nobody needs anything immediately, but if you start showing off your monk moves, you'll get more than a few of the kids in town eagerly asking you questions on how the hell you do all of that. You get the impression that if you wanted to start a school of your own in this area, you would be able to find a lot of disciples pretty easily.
Yeah, I'd look to get some go. Maybe one day, once my travels have ended, I will return and...
And you wouldn't be the first monk to start a monastery in this area. The one that... what's his name? The Knoll.
Gamork. I believe.
Yeah. The one that Gamork came from was actually along the bay east of where you are right now. The Rendell Sea.
Hmm.
Yeah, Gamork's monastery is along the coastline there.
It'll be interesting to see how we both turn out.
Mm-hmm.
And in this respect, I see it more as a friendly rivalry than anything.
Well, you'd need to have a monastery of your own to start a rivalry, so...
Yeah. I've got important shit to do, unfortunately, until then.
Yeah. And incidentally, they also discover that you are a follower of Empress Interia, and they're also quite pleased by that.
Hmm.
Some firm, true believers in town in the divinity of the old emperors.
Right. And those ones I do show proper respect to.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else?
I think that generally covers everything in respect to the town.
All right. Did you have anything else?
Yeah, as I say, I did want to at least take a look around where the home used to be.
Ah,
Kind of
Well-
reflect and reminisce.
yeah. In the southern semi-Arctic climate, things don't break down too quickly. And so you do find fairly well overgrown ruins of the town where it used to be. A few of the particularly burned patches seem to have dissolved away. And so all you're left with now are half-broken walls, pieces of the palisade that never fell over, a couple houses, or at least the parts of houses, that are sticking up at odd angles out of the ground as it slowly gets absorbed down the way these things do. But as far as ruins go, it is still discernibly visible. You are still able to trace where the main road through town went, and get a good guess at where your old home was. At best, there are a couple of just bits of walls poking out of the ground at this point. Really more hazards for people walking through the tall grass than actual shelter at this point.
Hmm. Yeah, Grenache quietly just looks around the place where he once lived and gives a sigh and shakes his head. So many lives upturned by senseless violence.
And yet, because of that senseless violence, you started on a path that has led you on an incredible journey. One that led to me, and even beyond.
Do not misunderstand, I have no regrets of the path that I have taken.
Of course not. But it is interesting to contemplate how a cycle of violence can lead to greater things, and not just destruction. I am thinking perhaps it is a lesson you will need to keep in mind if you seek to plumb the depths of the abyss.
Grenache takes a look around at all the overgrowth that is built up around the place. I suppose where there is life that has been lost, it is brought anew with different life, a different means.
Indeed.
It is unlikely I will ever change the way the orcs work. They will continue to ravage and pillage as they will, fight amongst each other.
It is the way of their culture. There is passion in their blood, but it is not all directed towards violence. Not by any god's direction, but simply by who they were raised by, and the conditions they have had to live through.
Indeed. My mother has been proof of that, as am I.
As are many other orcs who live within the Empire. As, in fact, are many of the orc tribes who live to the south, and who do not raid across the border.
Perhaps in time. But for now, I should at least finish this one journey. Then prepare for the next. Forgive me, I think I needed this moment.
Of course. A reflection on the past. To refocus oneself on the future. I have done so myself, more than once.
I guess sometimes we are more alike than we think, despite our differences.
You can feel Temper's smile.
Alright. I think I've spent enough time here. Let us head back. The others are probably finished with their own errands by now.
I suppose we shall see when we get there.
And back on the horse we go.
All right. So, how about Aurelia next?
Yeah.
Did you have anything specific?
Well, there's probably a lot that Aurelia wants to do. I mean, she's been away from home for most of the last, year and a half. So
Yeah.
she's probably got responsibilities to attend to. Things she wants to check in on and oversee, and she also definitely wants to see Silky.
And as we've discussed before, the college finally opened during the Modron March, but you did find a moment to get back, thanks to Lorum's plane shift.
Yes. Very much appreciated, Laura.
To be there during the big opening.
I've almost forgotten about the time he threatened to murder my mom.
He did not threaten to murder your mom.
That's how Aurelia interpreted it. Anyway, yes, I'm sure she was very excited about that. Has everything been going well, or as well as can be expected so far?
Pretty much. Nothing really, no real big surprises from any of your neighbors, including the big one to the south. Everyone's pretty much been rebuilding ever since the worm apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
And so they haven't really had the time or energy to spare on backstabbing each other, at least for the moment.
Fair enough.
But you do see Silky more than a few times over the 6 months, and as a matter of fact, she has some information she's discovered.
Yeah?
Well, I have been talking with the priests you brought from the continent, the ones who follow the Lord Ornos.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They say that he has married, in different aspects, he has married to the Earth and to the Moon. And Which is something kind of interesting because around here the moon is a man, but the moon that Lord Onos is married to is a woman. And apparently both of those things are true.
Aurelia doesn't understand. She doesn't really get religion.
Well, it's just that the moon has one aspect that is male and the rival of the sun, and the moon has another aspect which is female and which is not the rival of the sun, but is married to the sky.
Well, darling, that's absolutely fascinating.
Well, I haven't gotten to the interesting part yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then that wasn't fascinating, but I'm sure what you tell me next will be.
But it is interesting because the moon is both male and female, they have this tradition called the Theban wedding.
The what wedding?
The Theban wedding. Where two people who are the same sex get married because one of them represents the other sex.
Okay. I need to remember, is same-sex marriage a thing already, or no? Like, is this the first time Aurelia would have encountered the concept?
In this culture, at least, people of the same gender are allowed to be lovers openly, but marriage has to be between one man and one woman.
Okay.
And what Silky is saying is that apparently there's a tradition lost when Antidor's chosen took over this area and removed all references to Lord Onos and Gia. And this tradition basically has someone of the same sex taking on the role of the opposite sex for a wedding.
Silky, are you asking me to marry you?
Turns out it was the idea from the whole beginning, or at least being consort. But apparently, we could get married if you decide to make the Fabian wedding have a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Let's do it.
Alright. Fuck anyone who says otherwise.
Exactly. I don't know. Are there any specific traditions? Because Aurelia probably would feel bad about how random and casual this conversation was, and now she's going to want to make some big romantic gesture. So, but I don't know what would be appropriate in this culture.
I'm going to let you decide.
I don't even know. Well, I mean, she's definitely going to get...
the culture is vaguely Italian.
Yes. But, you know, I mean, on the one hand, I feel like it's kind of boring if I just say, like, oh, yeah, like, they buy rings for each other or something. But on the other hand, it's hard to think of, like, a fictional fantasy way to propose to someone off the top of your head. So, I don't know.
They don't buy rings for each other, they forge rings for each other.
Well, we're not dwarves, okay?
Well, not personally.
Right. Well, yes. I mean, Aurelia will get something. Yeah, but I mean, I think Silky would appreciate like a sword more than a ring, frankly.
I mean, there you go then.
So yeah, maybe she'll do that. I don't know. I mean, not Silky's. I know our Silky's already got a magic sword or whatever, but
But you can always create an ornamental sword.
exactly. That's more what I was thinking. All right, so Aurelia's gonna get started on that as a wedding present at the very least. Yeah, you know, she's been through a lot, and it's funny, I was actually thinking about something like this, but I was trying to figure out what the right time for it would be, and I guess the right time is when Silky brings it up herself. So yeah, you know what, Aurelia, she's ready to commit. Silky's been, you know, probably she's been through a lot of hard times recently, and Silky's always been there for her more than anyone. I mean, no offense to the other player characters, but
No, it's fine. Lily would never be there for you.
well, in a different way, you know. Lily's there for me when I need someone stabbed in the back in the middle of combat.
Exactly. No, you're coworkers, and that's perfectly fine.
I think more of colleagues, you know. Anyway, yeah.
The fact that Lily insists that Lake is a coworker is the only reason why Lake does not refer to Lily as their best friend, and instead that title goes to Grunash.
You know what?
If anyone's going to be Lily's best friend, it's Grunash.
I mean, honestly, Grunash is probably, at least among the group, the best friend of each of us. So.
Yeah, pretty much! Grunash is everybody's best friend.
Okay, first off, you're wrong. The wizard Wilmington is my best friend.
Among the group, Silky is Aurelia's actual best friend.
To be fair, that's because Grenache is a fucking rock.
Yeah. Grunash is honestly like the moral compass of this entire party.
Okay,
in any case, I don't know. Maybe I'll think of some more Vianen wedding bullshit later. But
yeah, the wedding certainly does not need to be rushed, especially not for a head of state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're a fucking bureaucrat. You have all the time in the world.
Now, I am curious about something though, which is that you said that one of the participants in the same-sex wedding is supposed to represent that, like, it's still supposed to be metaphorically heterosexual or something. I wasn't clear on that.
It's representing the masculine aspect of.
You're pretty much right about that. It's not like actual free and clear same-sex marriage, but it is a big step in the right direction towards it.
All right, so which one of us is the husband then?
You.
It's Silky. Oh,
okay, fair enough.
I was gonna say
you're the head of state. It's you.
You technically are
a choice.
Fair enough.
The food chain. It's true.
I can accept
And
this.
plus, it's not about who's the man in bed. So.
Right.
Or whatever else you're thinking in terms of.
That was not what I was thinking.
Walks up to a gay couple. So, like, which one of you is the fish in the relationship?
I was just wondering if it affected, like, what we're supposed to wear for the wedding or something.
Well, it might. But they haven't exactly gotten to the stage of tuxedo and giant white dress yet.
Right. I mean, I'm fine with just wearing my armor, because honestly, it's pretty cool looking.
You killed a dragon for that armor, so yeah.
Maybe the reception.
Fair. I mean, people get married in their, like, military uniforms or whatever.
People get married in all kinds of shit.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like as a traditional thing, like that was like a thing you can do if you have people get married in like dress uniforms or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a thing where people get married in their fucking furry suits or whatever.
Well, they usually don't get married in their plate armor, though.
Well, yeah, but anyway, I'm sure there's something appropriate.
Showing off them silver dragon scales.
Yeah.
It's actually
So-
very, very light and breathable, to be honest.
I mean, if your armor's breathing, you have bigger problems.
Breathable. Come on. All
If
right.
your armor's
well,
breathing, you're probably wearing a chul.
Sounds sick.
So, anything else you had?
No, nothing specific, to be honest. I mean, like nothing that I really feel the need to role play out. She just, Aurelia just wants to. She wants to be around a little more for a while because she does worry about people being reminded exactly how well things can function without her.
I will also say that your wedding announcement is going to raise a few hackles among the more Protodoran aligned priests.
Yeah, I figured as much.
And that's why you kick their asses.
Yeah.
But that's
Priests
going
are
to
very
cause...
weak.
It's going to cause some complications, but that's going to be later on down the road.
Priests are very weak to getting their shit beat.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like at this point, Aurelia, like a few years ago, Aurelia would not have felt like she could risk something like this. But at this point, it's like, whatever. I've saved the fucking world. I can handle it.
The world's about to end. Fuck it.
No, it's not.
Not that you have anything to say about it anyway.
I saved it. Now, see, we saved the world. Now time is about to end. There's a difference.
Well, it's not really about to end. I mean, okay, maybe I misunderstood something, but my understanding is there is no like imminent threat. It's just an eventual, like very long-term threat. Did I misunderstand? Am I forgetting some detail?
You don't have a ticking clock, but you don't know when the next shoe is going to drop.
Right. Okay.
So, if that's all, then what's Lily been up to?
Usual stuff. Checking on the apartment, hoping... Just hoping that's doing alright. Oh, dear lord. Gear maintenance, all that. Visiting Marlia, and also visiting the folks.
Alright.
Showing off all your chintzy shit from other realms.
I did bring these beautiful paintings.
Mhm.
Get this, they're from another planet.
They're all very tasteful, too. Unfortunately.
Well, of course, your
Literally from
parents,
another plane of existence.
your parents are, as always, very happy to see you again. Very happy to brag about your accomplishments to the neighbors. Especially since enough time has passed that they have neighbors again.
Damn.
And at some point, you hear a knock on the door. And your mother calls into the house. Hey, Lily! There's a wizard here to see you!
No, which one?
Says he's Wizard Wilmington!
Oh shit, it's the Wizard Wilmington. Bring him in.
Alright, and so, yeah, Wizard Wilmington comes in all resplendent in his gaudy robes and pointy hat covered in stars and moons.
I get that you gotta advertise at all times, but come on, man.
I gotta admit, I've kind of gotten used to the look.
It's ridiculous.
Anyhow, How y'all been?
I've been having an experience. Still not quite sure it's real or that it happened, but I've been there. These paintings are proof.
Is that so? Looks like you been round the outer planes recently.
Yeah, it sucks.
Can't say as I experienced in that regard.
I did meet Primus though. That was still shit.
No shit.
Yeah, that was he's very boring.
Well, what all I remember hearing about him, that don't surprise me none.
And even better is we're planning to go to the Abyss next because we're smart.
Well, hells. Oh, not even the hells.
Yeah, the hells are different, come on. I've been there too, and it sucked.
Oh, sounds like you've been busy since you and I last met.
How are you doing, anyway?
Oh, same old, same old. Got a bit of a business boost thanks to being part of that group what saved this world. Been doing my best to put that foot forward when people come and talk to me about rearranging their front rooms and bedrooms and whatnot.
I'm sure you can charge more because of it too.
You know it.
The Wizard Wilmington.
But reason I've done and gone and tracked you down lately is because I've been hearing from those trainers I sent your way that you done gone all past every last one of them. They got nothing left to teach you.
Yeah. And I appreciate the help, but...
Oh, it's no problem. Always glad to see someone reach their full potential. And, well, I must admit, it's made me a mite curious. I mean, after all this business is saving time and existence and whatnot's over, what are you planning on doing with yourself? I mean, I know goblins don't live for too very long, but I believe you've still got a few good decades left in you.
I mean, the answer is I'm never going to die.
Really? How you gonna manage that?
I don't know, but I'll fucking figure. I refuse to die, goddamn. I've seen death. I know what it's like over there. That place sucks.
Well, I hear
You
if
can
you
change your ways.
I hear if you join one of them religions that says you come back again as another person, then you don't have to go back there. But
Yeah,
then
but I don't...
You do kind of forget who you were, though.
Yeah, I don't want to be other people. I like being me.
For some reason.
Lily's fucking great. How dare you?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, I do happen to know that there are a couple of folks, a couple of wizards who've found ways to cheating death in a couple of different manners. One of them requires killing a whole tons of folk in order to create this little thingamajig what seals your soul in.
Oh, a phylactery.
Yeah, one of them things.
Oh.
It's a little too gruesome for me, though.
I'm not a big fan of lichdom. I prefer my fleshy bits.
Yep, that's another issue. Of course, there are some wizards what cut off their fingers, and each one grows into a new body.
Ooh.
And yeah, and then if something happens to your first form, your soul just hops on into the next one over.
Shame that I don't think I'll ever become powerful enough a wizard to really pull that off.
It's
Well, you can get someone else to do it for you.
It's true, I can.
maybe only a handful of folks in this whole damn planet can do that.
Gonna have Aurelia build some clone vats.
Sorry to say, I don't know any of them personally. I'd be mighty interested in finding out about that myself. Of course, I don't plan on living forever.
Look, I'd at least like to live longer.
Well, sure. That's right. Yeah. There's some druids what can do that. Of course, they gotta be real mighty close with the mother tree.
I don't want to become akin to tree.
So, what now?
This special tree that's people.
Well, I knew what Kenta was. Are you just talking about them dryads?
Yeah. I mean, I have a friend who can become a tree too, and they're not a dryad. They're just an idiot.
Oh, that one with the bark skin, I'm betting.
Yeah, with the skin problem, they really should moisturize.
Yeah, not sure a normal moisturizer can really work on that kind of skin.
I'll moisturize this minute it starts giving me 19 AC, god damn it.
But no, I was talking about like them regular druids, like the real high up ones. They actually can they can live a really long time just as themselves, not turning into trees or nothing. But again, they got to be real close to that mother tree to do so.
I refuse to suck up to a tree that's not even from this plane of existence.
So now what?
What?
All right, I was just curious.
It's a fey tree, it's archfey or whatever the fuck they call it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's from the Feywilds. You think a tree like that's normal?
Well, a lot of shit on this planet ain't normal.
It helps that the mother goddess kind of helped cultivate it, but you know. Yeah, I met her too.
Been hearing about her here and there.
Gia is a lovely person. Goddess.
If you say so.
Look, you haven't seen her, I have.
Guess I'll take your word for it then. But, well, if you've gone and been friends with the goddess, then what's stopping you from asking her to live forever?
She's a bit aloof.
Oh, fair enough. But you say you've been going into the outer planes. I've seen it round here. You can go up to a god and knock on their door out there.
True. I've always wondered if I could just walk out. Just walk out of Hades. Just leave.
I don't know about that being too simple matter. I mean, once you're actually dead and gone, there's something about the planes that just sort of ties you to them.
But since when have I ever done simple?
I expect the rules might be a little bit different for someone who's gone above and beyond what normal folks would consider to be powerful.
It's pretty. It feels pretty good, actually. Feels really good, actually. Yeah.
Well, good luck with that. And if you ever do show up, and if you ever do become immortal, be sure to knock on my door and tell me how you done it.
Okay. I mean, if I ever go to hell, I'll put in the good word, but... Oh. Hades.
I can't say I know exactly where I'd be ending up.
Wherever it is, I'm sure it'll suck. So many planes are terrible. Oh my god.
Man, we didn't even go to Ravenloft. That's like the worst one.
You kind of did.
True. I forgot that in 5e it's like off in a distant corner in the Plane of Shadow now, or something like that.
Yes. According to 5th edition lore, the domains of dread are just a offshoot of the Shadowfell. Although talking to you about all this has got me kind of remembering my younger days. Not sure I did anything quite on the level of what you've done, but I had quite the interesting youth, that's for sure.
What exactly did you do?
Well, there was this time when I was working with the Adventurers Guild.
Oh.
With and without. I didn't want to tie myself down to any one set of adventures, you know. I took whatever jobs I could get, one way or another.
No, I feel that's how I ended up in this mess, though.
Ain't that the truth? Now, the mess I'm talking about is it's time when I was sent north in order to take down a, warlord up in Relgoth. Was making some, shaking some sabers on the border to Okar, and locals didn't like that. So me and my buddies, adventuring party, we went up there, infiltrated the feller's castle, killed him and his minions, and wouldn't you know it, but the Seneschal said that anybody who's done that gets to be in charge after that.
That sounds like a terrible deal.
Well,
They call it the Santa Claus.
No!
I'm sorry, Torpo. You have to become Tim Allen now.
it's really
No.
more the you keep what you kill thing. Chronicles of Riddick.
Oh god. I'm just reminded of the fucking Elder Scrolls in the Green Pack. Which is where you use all of anything you kill, including people. So cannibalism is very common.
But yeah, turns out that was some sort of weird-ass tradition that country had. And as such, there had been 6 new leaders in the past 5 years.
Look, if there's anything I've learned, it's that tradition is just peer pressure from dead people.
I'd say you're about right about that. Anyhow, we figured, me and my party figured that, we'd at least have a go at it, see what it was like. And so, we did some things around the country, help people out, just, do stuff to deserve the tax dollars we was getting from them. Sorry, tax gold pieces. But, we got called away for a fairly big adventure after that. And when we returned, the whole damn country was burned to ashes. A red dragon had come down from the north just to burn it down. Something about some crazy-ass prophecy that we was going to fulfill in order to kill him in the future. And we did that, by the way. We followed through on that son of a bitch.
Good. Fuck dragons. I mean, you may have seen a head here mounted of a dragon.
Is that a red dragon's head?
No, it was a silver dragon head that's mounted.
Oh yeah, okay. I know you've killed a red dragon.
Also, there's a bronze dragon skull.
Mm-hmm.
No, I never actually kept the head of the red dragon. We kind of just dismantled that fucker on the spot.
We just sort of tore that thing apart and turned its skin into armor.
Yeah. Of course, that wasn't the craziest thing I was ever a part of. Craziest thing was when me and the group, we tried to teleport somewhere, and instead we got stuck in a place called the Domains of Dread, I believe.
I'm sorry?
Oh, yeah. Well, deep in the Shadowfell, there's this place ruled over by these things called the Dark Powers. And what they love to see is just absolute misery happening to awful people. And so like, they carved out these little islands of countries. They're each ruled by a Dark Lord who is personally cursed by the Dark Powers. And all the people who live in that just right fucked.
Please tell me the Wizard Wilmington went through the Curse of Strahd.
So which one did you go to anyway?
Well, funny you should say that. Well, apparently, this one ancient times ago, some evil warlord on the other side of the planet.
Sorry.
Well, led a rebellion up against the old lord and came just as bad or worse, and he was just so bad, in fact, that the Dark Powers took an interest and just sucked that part of the whole damn world off the planet. Just
Oh
out it
shit!
goes.
Oh shit! Is he talking about that part of the like up in North Kalagia?
Yes.
Yes!
Now, apparently, us coming to town, starting a new rebellion, and then just taking out that Dark Lord right at the very end. I guess that was just poetic enough for the Dark Powers to go, all right, you done good enough, here's your little piece of the world back. And then so we didn't even have to leave. We was just back on the planet, just on the other side of the world.
And that's awfully convenient, actually.
I'll see. But I figure that was why we was plucked out of the world in the first place. You see, it wasn't just like teleportation gone awry. Like, we was actually plucked out of that. It was the first time I'd actually used a big old teleporting spell. And the very moment it happened, we was intercepted by a couple of angels who told us we got some work to do. Just shoved us down into the domains of dread and off we went.
I mean, I'm proud of you for doing cool shit, but also angels are jerks.
I'll say. I mean, I suppose they was right in the end, but they could have been a bit nicer about it.
Just because they're right doesn't mean they're correct.
Well, just because they're right doesn't mean they can't be... just because they're right doesn't mean they have to be rude about it.
Exactly. God.
Tell me about it.
It can be your angel or your devil. It's actually pretty. You know, I've been to North Kalagia. It's a lovely place full of lovely people.
Well, that's good to hear. I don't get away from Okar too much these days.
You're missing out. I just one day you should just hang up a sign that says, like out on vacation.
You know, I just might do that at some point.
You should.
As it is, I'm finding my fulfillment in life for the moment. Finding diamonds in the rough, such as yourself. Folks who've got all the potential in the world, but no opportunity to put it to use.
I appreciate it.
I'm glad to hear it.
It's fine though, because it makes for definitely something. I'm sure
I'm
everyone
glad
else
to hear
appreciates
that.
It's good.
And I'm glad to hear you're doing well with it. And you still got ambition, even though you've reached what I would have thought would be the journey's end.
Yet not wanting the world destroyed is a pretty big ambition. You're right.
I'm talking about past that, you know.
Oh,
if I could just offer any suggestion of my own, it's just whatever else you plan to do, maybe you ought to look for some folks who you need a little helping hand.
Maybe. And once this is over, I'll definitely have a lot of time on my hands.
Mm-hmm. Not saying you gotta make the whole world a charity case, but every once in a while you'll see someone who deserves a better lot in life, and you think to yourself, I could do something about that. Maybe I should.
Just Lily puts one hand on her chin and just quiets down and just looks off in thought. Finally, it's time to get back to the goblins.
Alright. And hope you don't mind my staying for dinner, your mother insisted.
Oh God, would she? I mean, look, her cooking kicks ass, and that's really what matters. But also, I'm sorry.
All right, and end scene.
Okay, Bobbin, before we go on to the next thing, you said before that the continent, the bit on North Calagia, was from a previous campaign that you ran in this world before. Does that mean that the Wizard Wilmington is one of the previous PCs of that campaign?
He is not, but he is standing in for one of them.
Okay, all right.
Good enough.
God, I am already thinking, like, I would love to be in Bobbin's next campaign if he runs this again.
Oh God, where it's just a...
I'm all just one day running into a school and there's Grunash.
They just run into a tree. Oh, look, it's a weirdo with the fucking vine halo.
Just a tree that always emits its own subtle glow.
Yeah.
That's why you chop it down for glowing wood.
No.
The dryad that pops out and throws a what have you got again?
I've got blight. I've got finger of death.
Throws a blight. Yeah, the dryad that pops out and throws a blight at you would have something to say about that.
Okay, but I do like the idea of as you get close to the tree, it just leans down, touches you with finger of death, and you pass out.
And now you're fertilizer.
Oh God.
Wilmington's good people.
Oh.
Feel bad though, because he's got to deal with Lily's mom.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, she's good people too, but she's a bit much, but she's good people.
Yeah, it's the dad that's the problem. That's where everything went wrong.
She is thirsty
actually.
and she has a type, okay? Just let it go.
Anyway. After 6 months pass and you decide to get on with the next leg of your Outer Planes journey, you have collected once again within Aurelia's office, and I would say that Silky, Lorum, and Harvey, at the very least, are also there. And Harvey leads the conversation by saying, "All right, so I understand that you've decided to head to the Abyss next."
Yeah, start with the one that sucks the most and work our way backwards.
It's not Limbo.
Well, you've got your work cut out for you. I've heard about what you're trying to find there. The bottom of the abyss.
Yeah, we hear that's impossible.
Well, as of yet, no one has found it or found any indication that any of the known planes are necessarily at the bottom of it. Honestly, those that are known, and those that have had people come back from them, have been arranged in order of discovery rather than any sort of particular order of verticality. I'm not entirely sure there is such a thing. And what this means is that if you just head to the plane of infinite portals and hop down the nearest pit, you're not going to find the bottom.
Hell, we might not even find down. Weird thing.
Yeah, it's on the chaotic side, laws of physics are a little more optional than they are elsewhere. But what this means is that you're going to need a different kind of strategy in order to find the bottom. And I have an idea about that. You see, when a demon becomes powerful enough, they can claim an entire layer of the abyss for themselves. From one end of it to the other, the infinite ends of it, I know. But they take the whole thing over, reshape it to fit whatever they enjoy. And a demon who pulls this off is called a prince, a demon prince. And basically any and all of you who have religion or arcana are familiar with the term. And what I figure is that a demon prince has a connection to the abyss itself by controlling a part of it, by merging with it to some extent. And so I figure if any sort of creature is going to know what the bottom of the abyss is, it's going to be one of them. So I've created a list.
Oh, goody. We get to go talk to a demon prince.
And he unrolls a scroll. Alright. Now this isn't all of the demon princes out there. A few of them are actually also gods. Should probably steer clear of those.
Probably for the best.
Right, and let's see here. Baphomet, Prince of Beasts.
I doubt it.
No.
Has the appearance of an overgrown demonic minotaur. Apparently is a lover of savagery and allowing one's instincts and emotions to control their actions. I figure someone like that might want to actually save the multiverse, but if so, you're going to have to defeat him in combat. There's no other way he'd respect you enough to actually tell you anything.
Ah, yes, law of the jungle, I see.
Alright,
Survival of the fittest.
Let's save that for plan, like, I don't know, R.
We got a few to go here. Demogorgon, Prince of Demons, self-proclaimed. Definitely one of the most powerful ones of the bunch, at least the ones who aren't actual gods. But also tends to be insane, and his realm is, well, I talked about how the laws of physics tend to be optional. They're more optional, even so, within Demogorgon's realm. The only sort of rule that seems to apply there is the rule of duality. And that's because Demogorgon is two heads. Supposedly, both of them are trying to plot a way to kill the other head and take over without killing themselves.
Okay.
Can't remember that whole insanity thing?
Yeah, no, that's...
Suddenly makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, we do have a way of getting in Demogorgon's good graces. Theoretically, anyway. Supposedly, Demogorgon is a big fan of esoteric lore. The kind of obscure things that nobody in the entire multiverse knows about. If we can somehow find this forbidden or forgotten lore, just a fairly sizable tidbit, he might be willing to exchange knowledge of the Abyss for that. But of course, we'd also have to get through Demogorgon's plane and find him, which doesn't sound like it's going to be easy. Right, number 3, Razlu, Prince of Deception.
Who?
Can you repeat that? You broke up a little bit.
Fraz Erblu.
Sounds fake.
Well, he is the Prince of Deception. I imagine he's got a few other names.
You know, I wouldn't trust anyone named the Prince of Deception.
Yeah.
that doesn't sound like a great deal.
Sounds like he would just lie to us about the bottom for shits and giggles.
Well, any of the demons you ask about it would do that. But there is a way to definitely get within Frab's good graces. Apparently, a while back, he was trapped on a prime material world called Earth.
Sounds fake.
Well, and while he was there, he lost a staff of power. Not like that one, like a crazy powerful staff. And it got shattered into 7 pieces. And he's been looking for the pieces ever since. If we could find one, bring it back to him, then he might be grateful enough to actually give us the correct answer. I still doubt he would just tell us the whole story outright, probably cryptic and riddles or whatever, but at least we have a concrete way of getting his attention.
Yeah, I'm actually, oddly enough, I'm leaning towards the liar. More than any of the
Bobbin,
other...
are you proposing a reverse isekai?
No, it's Earth as in the Greyhawk world.
Oh, I see. I thought you literally said Earth, and I was like, that feels like it might be jumping the shark.
No. We're not getting that.
Although...
We're not going quite there.
we're not gonna hit fucking Gary Gygax made Mordenkainen a director on actual Earth levels here, I hope.
But regardless, I think Baphomet seems trustworthy.
I mean, to be honest, there is something to be said for the guy who's probably least likely to dick us around. We just need to fight him.
Yeah, but you'd be fighting a demon lord.
Yeah, that's my big issue.
Any others?
Yeah, okay.
Just saying, as the DM here, demon lord difficulty classes start at 24 and go to 28.
And Baphomet's pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Fair. All right.
And
What are
demons
the
don't
other
believe
options?
in single combat or honor.
Hunter's pretty.
Well, I mean, I'm glad they don't believe in single combat, because I'm pretty sure none of us could take him singularly.
Yeah, probably
Right,
not.
but
Yeah, no, I understand. Obviously, he would have people helping him, right?
exactly. And then, let's see here. Grazd, Prince of Debauchery.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
He really isn't. This is demonic debauchery, the kind where to become a participant you are enslaved, tortured, raped, mutilated, and if you are lucky, eventually killed.
Okay, maybe not my kind of guy.
So the thing about Grazd is that what he'll want for the information is just entertainment, but it's got to be a rare, expensive form of entertainment. something that you can't find anywhere else in the multiverse, because he's got a long reach. And for that matter, we need to make sure that we don't look entertaining ourselves. That instrument that you have, Aurelia, he'll just want it. Whatever we bring him, he'll also want that. And if you prove that you can play it, he'll want you too.
Oh, so out of character, it's not a Devil Went Down to Georgia situation where if we shove Aurelia at him and she plays her fiddle better, she wins a fiddle made of gold.
I don't think that's how it works
She
at
wins a
all.
lifetime of enslavement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great to me.
No, it doesn't.
All right.
Is there anyone who will give me a fiddle made of gold, though? Because I might be in for that.
I'm sure it'd play terribly.
It's not
It
the
also
plan.
weigh like 1,000 pounds.
Should ask your goldsmith. See if you can make a special order. Anyway, so next on the list, Jewelblax, Prince of Ooze.
Gross.
Okay.
Already vetoing it.
No, let's hear what
Well,
the Ooze Lord
listen.
has to do.
Well, what the Ooze likes to do is to find intelligent people and absorb them and slowly eat them bit by bit.
Okay, luckily our party's safe.
Yeah, like that's... We're all idiots. I mean, we're going to the abyss willingly, for God's sake.
Even so, if none of us are going to sacrifice ourselves, I sure as hell am. Well, plus I'm dead and wouldn't even work on me. But
Sure.
whoever we would have to sacrifice at least one intelligent, unique person.
Well, gotta go find Lorem.
No!
Lauren pales as you say that.
I immediately step in front of Lauren and I'm like, no.
No, it's fine. I would never do that to Lorem. I was just being funny. Like, okay.
No.
You too, Lorem, you're fine. You're safe. It's okay.
Lauren does not look like what you said was funny.
It really wasn't.
It was funny to me.
In any case, next one.
All right. Well, now we're getting into the ones who actually might be trouble.
Oh, okay.
Oh, might be?
Let me explain. Next up on the list is Orcus, Prince of Undeath.
Oh.
Oh.
Orcus will not want to help us. He thinks that the multiverse is far too lively as it is. He also has a particular hatred of Demogorgon. Apparently they've got a rivalry that goes way back. And, yeah. If we go to the Abyss, we might encounter demons sent from Orcus who will try to stop us.
Well, I've got answers for that.
Then there's Yinogu, Prince of Butchery. Looks like a giant demonic gnoll. Doesn't really care about anything except killing. So I don't think we'll be able to get much help from him either. If anything, he'll just laugh while the multiverse burns. So... Also, he is a particular rival of Baphomet. Two of them have a very aggressive idea of how the way the universe should work, and so they're constantly butting heads. Let's see. Last of all, Z for Zugmoy, Prince of Fungi. Now, the way she works is actually pretty similar to the way the worm works. Kill people, take them over from within, absorb them into your mass. I get the feeling that she doesn't necessarily see the worm as a rival. And since she works pretty much the same way. I don't think we're going to be able to get much help out of her either.
If anything, that might be another one sent specifically against us.
Indeed.
Of course, the worm would have had other places they'd infect.
So, out of all of these options, I honestly am starting to think that fighting the big Minotaur man might be the least horrible one, even if it is...
I don't know, Staff Boy sounds pretty reliable.
Yeah, Steph
Well,
also sounds pretty reliable.
Plus, it means we would not actually have to spend too much time in the abyss.
Yeah, that's also
Mhm.
a big help. I would prefer not to be in this as much as possible.
Yeah. Sorry, what was it that we would have to do for Demogorgon again?
Esoterical lore.
Yeah, find a bit of obscure lore, but like cosmically obscure.
That sounds difficult.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's,
Very
so just putting it in terms of like gameplay aspects here, the quest to find the item that the Demon Prince will want is about the same in terms of difficulty and in terms of being outside of the abyss for both Demogorgon and for Fraz. The difference is that Fraz is going to give you a very obscure clue to tell you what to do, whereas Demogorgon will be more straightforward, but you'll have to get through his very hard to understand domain first.
Okay, so the question is, do we want to deal with that, or do we want to just have to work out the obscure clue? Honestly, I'm dumb, and I don't like to think, so I think I would rather have a straightforward answer and deal with Demogorgon's whole bullshit. That's just me.
Plus, we'd also have to find that obscure lore.
Yeah, that's... gonna
Well,
be the
yeah, like Bobbin
easy
said,
part.
they will be of approximately similar difficulty. Honestly, I feel like it really is just between those two.
Yeah.
With Baphomet
Yeah.
as like a distant third. The rest of them don't really seem like they're worth dealing with at all.
Yeah.
Graz, the Prince of Bad Touch.
Yeah, I don't like the whole thing where he'll want to kidnap me.
Not a fan of Ooze Boy either. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I don't really want to
no,
sacrifice someone
I do not
to
want to
him.
shove a person into ooze
no.
or
To be slowly consumed over the passage of centuries.
yes, like that's no.
Oof.
That's just a straight up no.
All right, so the choice between Demogorgon and Fraz. All right, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Fraz. Do we have any inkling in character, or are you willing to say out of character, like what the quest for finding the lore would be like where we might end up going or anything?
It would still involve basically the planescape arena, possibly the inner planes, just because I haven't explored that too much. And there are places there that might have a cosmic bit of obscure lore. But then I could also have it be the same thing with the Rod of Seven Parts.
I thought you said that was in.
I said that he had been captured and held in Orth. That does not mean that the Staff of Seven Parts has remained there.
Fair enough. All right. I was just thinking, because personally, I would be more like I partially because of that taste you gave us with the Undermountain or whatever thing. I feel like it would be kind of cool to go to another like prime material plane.
Well, the problem
or
is that
plane or whatever. I don't know.
Greyhawk
exactly
is
how that works.
even more vanilla than Forgotten Realms is.
Right. Okay, I'm just saying, if one of them is more likely to bring us there than out of character, I would find that kind of interesting to navigate a foreign sort of world.
But that'd also be exploring the inner planes.
Yeah, the inner planes don't seem that interesting to me, to be honest. But I mean, I don't know. I'm sure Bobbin could do something fun with them. So
Yeah, they can be. There are places that are a lot more interesting than just one element forever.
Right. Okay, well, I kind of feel like my vote is for Fraz, but honestly, I would be fine either way.
Again, same, but my vote is leaning more towards Demogorgon.
All right, what's the other two players thing?
Timos?
Leave yourself to last, okay.
I will point out that from a sort of metagamey perspective, the fact that Fraz is going to give us like a sort of obscure explanation or whatever and like not be direct with us doesn't seem like that much of a downside, because I doubt that it's going to be Bobbin is going to be like, well, you guys can't solve the riddle, so you lose the campaign.
Harvey, solve it for us.
So like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like that big a deal to me personally. And I feel like it might be kind of interesting to deal with someone who's going to like speak in riddles or something like that. So but yeah, that's just
yeah,
that's
but like I said, I'm
perspective on
stupid
it.
as shit, so I don't want to have to deal with that in real
To be
life.
fair, I like the idea of the quest for something fucking so insignificant. Just incredibly fucking obscure piece of lore.
Oh no, it would have to be significant and obscure.
Oh, okay. Oh, significant and obscure.
Like,
okay.
Yeah, Graz does not just want the statistics for a ball game played in 1962 on July 17th. That's obscure, but that's not collectible.
Graz, do you mean Demogorgon?
Demogorgon, yeah.
Okay, here's a question. If you had to say which one of them is more evil, what would you pick?
They're both demon lords!
I know, but you know, like some demons are more evil than others, right?
Now, what flavor of evil are you looking for?
Demogorgon is more powerful.
Okay, I feel like that's a point for Fraz, because we're going to be helping either of them. So it makes sense to help the less powerful demon, in my opinion.
Well, it's interesting helping someone find something and helping someone with their hobby.
Yeah, the thing about Demogorgon is that he calls himself the Prince of Demons, and while that is a contested title, no one has made him stop calling himself that.
Yeah!
Well, no, they've tried.
I mean, Orcus in particular has tried.
Yeah, but then Orcus died for a while.
Yeah.
But he got better.
He got
Demogorgon-
better.
To peel back the curtain a little bit, Demogorgon is a challenge rating 26.
Yeah. There are, like, 2 demon lords challenge rating 26. Orcus is the other one.
Comparatively, Baphomet is a 24. Excuse me, 23.
Oh, let's just go fight Baphomet then. Let's just do it. Let's just go fight Baphomet. No. It is still, I think, between these two, and
I kind of like the idea for Demogorgons.
yeah, I like the idea of Demogorgons too, because I want to go through his fucked up world, and that seems pretty...
His fucked up world is great.
Alright, well, it's gonna be a bit of a challenge for me to create a fucked up world, but I'm up for it.
Nice.
I like the description on the Forgotten Realms wiki.
Sorry, did Tiamos vote? Was it decided that it's Demogorgon, or?
I'm just responding to what they're saying for now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what is Tiamos?
I'll be honest, I don't. Both of them have upsides and downsides to it, so
You're indecisive.
Yeah.
You're abstaining. In which case, we've got 2 for Demogorgon. So I guess that's it.
I guess so.
Hooray! Direct hints are the best hints.
I just like the idea of looking up for like this weird cosmically significant but incredibly obscure lore.
Yeah. I mean, you've kind of already got a taste with that, with the book written about the Lady of Pain.
Oh, yeah.
But that is not going to be obscure enough, I'm just going to tell you right now.
Yeah, everybody on the Outer Planes knows about the fucking Lady
Look,
Pain.
if there's anything Lily likes, it's learning new things, but especially secrets, and more importantly, gossip.
All right. And because I haven't created a destination necessarily, and because obscure lore can be in a lot of places, what sort of realm would you want to go to? As in, somewhere here on Mynth, somewhere in the Outer Planes, somewhere in the Inner Planes.
Gotta dick around in the Shadowfell.
Oh, that place sucks.
How about the Feywild then? You want to go back there, fucker?
No, never.
I mean, I noticed that other places. Sorry, I'm not sure what the terminology is exactly. Like other worlds on the prime material plane. Is that the correct terminology?
Other planes.
Are they other planes?
No, they are other worlds. They're
Other worlds,
connected
okay.
by the Spelljammer system.
Ah, yes, the City of Ass.
Wait, what if we go into space?
That's what I was thinking.
I kind of wanted to like go to Eberron for a while. Not gonna lie. I just kind of want to bum around in Eberron for a while.
Honestly, I think it would be cool. Oh,
I
sorry.
will allow for space, but not for cross crystal
Okay.
sphere.
Okay.
But there are other planets in this system.
Yeah, let's go to space. Let's do
Oh, you don't wanna-
space.
You don't
That's
want to
my
go to
vote. Inner
Waterworld?
planes would be my backup vote. But yeah, space would be my
Yeah.
first vote.
All right, you guys want to go to space?
Space.
Probably going to be something obscure out there, sure.
It's the one place free from capitalism.
No, no.
No, the Elven Imperial fleet is out there.
I was actually gonna say more the GIF
Hmm.
or the whatever the hippo people are
We'll
named.
discover the secret of the Ash Twin Project.
The Githyanki are not capitalists.
No.
They just
are the-
take what they want.
What are the hippo guys called again?
The GIF with the 2 Fs.
That's what I said.
Oh,
But
It's
did any of you get that reference or
It
no?
said GIF.
but yeah, I would say they're capitalist as shit. They'll just sell themselves to anybody.
I don't know if that's really capitalism, but
Also, the GIF on this planet are not that kind of GIF.
anyway, I'm just very sad nobody got my Outer Wilds joke.
Yeah, never played the game, sorry.
Yeah,
It was a good joke. Okay,
I'll
I
take
like
your
the
word
game,
for
you would
it.
have liked it.
I'm sure I would. I just don't really have much money at the moment.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Um,
I've seen it on the Game Pass, but I haven't touched it.
Anyway, yeah, okay, yeah, space would be good. I mean, I would also be fine with an Inner Planes thing if you have a better idea for that.
Yeah,
But-
Well, I'm asking you guys because I, at this point, am ready to start with any kind of ideas.
okay, yeah, let's
Okay.
do space.
If space doesn't work out, we'll think of something else.
It'll work out.
Ah, yes, the City of Brass.
I already got some concepts brewing.
Nice.
Added bonus of being in space is that I'm pretty sure I can teleport easily back and forth.
You don't want to go to the...
Unlike with the like Inner Planes or whatever, where it's a little bit more involved.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Just look.
I mean, you can still teleport around, you just can't go back home using teleport.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And you do have 2 Spelljammers.
So we're turning this Planescape game into a Spelljammer game. Excellent.
It was inevitable.
It was inevitable.
Hey, I'm game.
Wait, what if the obscure lore is the true homeland of the gnomes.
No.
Oh no!
I don't want to learn that. That is cursed knowledge.
Exactly. That's why no one knows it, and why it be so valuable to a demon lord.
Everyone who's known it has tried to forget it.
I love it.
Yeah, everyone who's known it has tried to forget it.
Wait, what if that's where the name comes from? Gnome, no home.
God.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's the obscure lore. The origin of the gnome name.
Hey, speaking of which, do you know where the name Knoll comes from?
Not a clue.
No
No.
hole.
Gnome Troll.
Oh.
fuck
The very
off.
first version of a creature called a Knoll was an early joke in like the pre-advanced D&D age of just an exotic crossbreed between gnomes and trolls.
That's hilarious. I did not
I
know
don't
that.
think I even want to know how that would work.
That's the joke.
Okay, I need to find it now.
Yeah, the weird thing is that they kept the name of made them hyena people.
That is weird.
There's a lot of weird naming in this shit.
Yeah.
Evolution's fucked up.
Yep. Alright, but yeah, you've set your sights on no less than the Prince of all demons. Self-styled.
Yeah.
I mean,
And therefore put yourselves in the crosshairs of the Prince of Undeath.
Oh
We've done dumber
boy.
Yeah, I
Wow.
was gonna say the other advantage of Fraz is he doesn't really have. Well, at least Bobbin didn't mention that he had specific enemies.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a
Well-
demon lord. He probably does. He just aren't worth mentioning.
I guess.
Well, the thing is that there was always going to be demons sent to stop you, but now I get to use a theme.
you know what? I'm okay with that, especially because of my sweet Protodor's Light.
Yeah, like honestly, my angel power, like angel boosting bullshit, deals radiant damage, which will probably help.
So
Well,
Yes,
because
okay.
Protodor's
Guess how much radiant damage I can do?
All of it.
All of it.
well, also
Nice.
Protodor's Light has the extra effect of dealing additional damage to undead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
okay, so basically, I'll just be the one who's fucked because they don't have minds.
Well,
Is it?
here's the
No,
thing
no, no,
anyway.
All undead being immune to mind-affecting spells is gone.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was.
okay.
You just some of them still don't have minds to affect, but a lot of them it works.
Okay.
Yeah, to be fair, these are different undead.
Yeah.
Aurelia is gonna study up on which ones
Plus a
can be
lot of
affected.
yeah, plus a lot of them are also going to be demons. Just
Yeah.
demons.
That's true.
Hey, remember in 3.5 when undead for some reason didn't have discernible anatomy and thus were immune to being sneak attacked at all?
Yep.
Fuck you if you were playing a rogue, I guess.
Yep. That's why they got rid of it.
Yep.
and now it's 5.0, and it's like, okay, well, now we can just drop a spirit bomb on them.
Alright, but yeah, that's it for the session. We've had some very contemplative moments with each of the characters, and we've made a plan on who to visit next.
And who to make an enemy of.
Who's gonna come with us? Or I guess maybe we'll decide that next time once we have a firmer idea.
The
of
answer
our
is
plan.
Lorum, because Lorum is fucking salivating about this shit, I'm sure.
You can make your choices now. I will say that Harvey is going to volunteer because this is the only area that he is going to be able to help you with.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's bring
Yeah.
Harvey.
Yeah, we should also bring Lorum, though, because Lorum will fucking bitch relentlessly when he finds out what we're gonna have to do.
Actually, Lorm is busy.
He actually has to do his fucking job
He
for
has
once.
the life?
He is writing a book
Oh shit.
about
Oh,
the
but-
Modron March.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You know what? Good for him. I hope it sells. It won't
Yeah,
sell.
like the thing about Harvey is that in Limbo there are a lot of Githzerai who will attempt to kill him on sight, and in Heaven, everybody who appears in Mount Celestia appears in the water surrounding the lowest layer. That water is holy water,
Oh,
and Harvey is undead.
fair. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
He's out for that one too.
Okay. I mean, if Silky wants to come,
She does. She
Okay.
feels really bad, both about not being able to be with you and also not being able to see the whole outer planes.
yay.
I can't wait until we go to Mount Celestia and Lake's dad wants to go with them.
No, Lake's dad will die.
Oh yeah, Bobbin. Do you have the picture that you used for Silky?
Should be around here somewhere. Why do you ask?
I don't know. I was just. It's been a while since we've seen her. I was trying to remember what her paw looked like. And also, I don't think I've ever seen like a close-up picture of it anyway.
Oh, right. I've got all of their pugs. Just
Oh yeah, I never
visible
did get.
or invisible on the saffron lady.
I never did get my new language.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I did want to start studying Yuan Ti if I'm spending
Finally.
time with Silky.
That's right. Yeah.
Time to learn Abyssal.
Okay.